بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والصلاة والسلام على أشرف المرسلين سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم. Hello everybody. Today I'm going to have a lesson from Traveler 4 Module 2A Science and Technology. Now we're going to begin our lesson. Reading passage. Now let's discuss these questions. Question number 1. What do you think this lesson is going to be about? Science and technology. Question number 2. What's the title of the lesson? Flying cars. Question number 3. What can you see in these pictures? Two flying cars. Now have a look at this video. Now, after you watch this video, answer this question. What do you mean by flying car? It's a type of a personal air vehicle that runs on both road and air. Question number 5. How many paragraphs are there? There are 7 paragraphs. Question number 6. How many lines are there? There are 64.
Module 2, Science and Technology. 2. A. Reading.
Flying cars. Next generation vehicles. Ask any science fan about the future and they will most definitely tell you that it will be full of flying cars, where drivers may become optional. Many researchers, scientists and engineers see personal air transport as the inevitable solution to the problem of congested roads or airports that suffer from delays. At first, it was a dream to combine a car with an aeroplane. However, a flying car was considered to be too heavy, costly to design, and inefficient. Another problem was that you had to be a pilot with a certified license in order to fly one. Now, with modern lightweight materials and computer technology, a number of inventors and small companies are working on their own individual versions of flying cars, which they hope will dramatically change air travel. NASA is developing a control program called Highway in the Sky, which is something similar to a modern air traffic control system where thousands of flying cars will be able to operate simultaneously without running the risk of crashing into one another. Dr. Bruce Holmes, NASA's manager of general aviation programs, states that in the future, automatic flying cars will be operating without human pilots, as onboard computers will fly and negotiate with other flying cars' computers, and with ground stations that will determine who can land or fly at a particular altitude. Paul Muller, chief executive of Muller International and developer of the flying sky car M400, spent 40 years and millions of dollars designing, building and testing the personal aircraft. In 1989, he designed and tested the M200X and later the M400, which can reach cruising speeds of up to 350 miles per hour at an altitude of 50 feet. Technically speaking, this flying car is known as a Voluntor, which is defined as a vertical takeoff and landing aircraft that is capable of flying quickly and easily. This allows the flying car to be flexible like a helicopter, without losing the speed of a fast aircraft. It runs on petrol, diesel, alcohol or propane, and its fuel consumption is comparable to that of a medium-sized car. This model has been tested to guard against accidents. Safety features included in the design are parachutes and internal and external airbags to allow the passengers a soft landing in the event of an accident. Furthermore, Mr. Muller has added 2 backup computers in case something goes wrong. Mr. Muller states that his flying car is able to fly from airports and heliports. However, in the future it will be possible to land at vertiports, which will include fields, parking lots, private properties, shopping centers, or skyscraper roofs. According to Mr. Muller, the benefits of this new technology will be quite remarkable. Firstly, the effect on the environment will be of maximum importance, as flying cars will reduce air and noise pollution levels considerably. People will be free of traffic jams and will have more flexible lifestyles and travel times. When these vehicles become popular, then people will have freedom of choice between rural and urban lifestyles, as they will be able to live in a village near a small airport and fly to their workplace in the city hundreds of miles away. Therefore, there won't be much of a need for roads or large airports anymore, only vertiports. Mr. Muller believes that by the year 2040, our idea of travel will have changed as well as our habits. For example, a highway in the sky, or a similar system, will have replaced concrete roads and traffic signs. Whatever the future holds, it seems very likely that our children will be volunteering from small airports or vertiports instead of breathing harmful exhaust fumes. However, it will be decades before the ordinary consumer is able to afford this technology.
Now, after you listen to the text, I want you to discuss the meaning of these words. Inevitable, congested, simultaneously, altitude, flexible, considerably. Okay, now what does mean inevitable mean? Cannot be prevented from happening. Congested means plugged with traffic. Simultaneously, at the same time. Altitude, height. Flexible, able to change or adapt easily. Considerably means a lot. Scheming. Go through the passage and choose the best answer for this question. Why was the article written? Number A, to amuse. Number B, to inform. Number C, to warn. The correct answer is B, to inform. Scanning. Go through the passage and answer the questions 1-5. Question number 1. Why were flying cars only a dream in the past? They were expensive and not very practical. Question number 2. What is NASA working on? Air routes for flying cars. Question number 3. What is the characteristic of a volunteer? It can run on a variety of fuels. Question number 4. How will passengers be protected in case of an accident? Internal and external airbags as well as parachutes will be installed. How will the flying car affect the environment? It will reduce air and noise pollution. Now, match the following words with their opposites. Number 1, definitely, paragraph 1. Number 2, optional, paragraph 1. Number 3, remarkable, paragraph 5. Number 4, maximum, paragraph 5. The first one, the opposite of the first one, definitely, possible, optional, compulsory, remarkable, ordinary, maximum, the least. And homework. Pronoun reference. Question number 1. Line 28, he refers to Dr. Bruce Holmes, Paul Monar, Mr. John. The answer is Paul Monar. Question number 2, line 35. It refers to flying car, ship, cycle. The answer is flying car. Additional activities. Question number 1. Put T for true and F for false ones. Number 1. Flying cars weren't expensive and very practical. Question number 2. NASA is working on air routes for flying cars. Question number 3. Volunteer can't run on a variety of fuels. Number 4, passengers will be protected in case of an accident. Question number 5, flying in car won't reduce air and noise pollution. The answers: the first one is false, the second true, the third false, fourth true, fifth false.